Hi guys, it's Joe Tommaso from the 15 Minutes With podcast. Our show is geared toward helping to keep not only teens but people in general out of our jails and prisons. Our show is unique in the fact that we use real inmates throughout the country and they explain not only about the cases that caused their incarceration, but why it's so important for people to stay out of prison and remain free. Speaking of free, have you heard about the newest and best way to put your podcast out there for the world to hear? Let me tell you about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to produce and distribute your ideas, your podcast, and the best part, it's free. There's even a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Anchor will even distribute your podcast for you so people can hear it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other listening platforms. You can even make money from your podcast, and there are no minimal amount of listeners required. Anchor is everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So what are you waiting for? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get started.
Hey everybody, this is Joe Tommaso, and thanks for listening to 15 Minutes With. A number of the listeners reached out to me and asked me to have Stephen Hayes back on the show. Most just wanted to know what happened. People wanted to know not just what led up to what amounts as probably the most heinous crime the town of Cheshire, Connecticut has seen, but what is most likely the most heinous crime in Connecticut's history. Not only was this a terrible, terrible crime, but it was a tragedy as well. A family was ripped apart, and when all is said and done, 3 young lives are lost. Yet the 2 perpetrators would have our state's governor spare their lives, unlike what they took from this innocent family. When you do shows like this, you need to maintain a neutral position. You can't put your feelings into it. While that may be true, I myself cannot say that in this case justice was done, because like many of you, I don't think it was. 3 beautiful lives are lost, yet the perpetrators, although they are incarcerated, live their lives at the taxpayer's expense. They may be behind bars, but they get to see sunlight, as well as the seasons change, unlike their victims. The listeners asked me to have Stephen Hayes give his account as to what happened that day. So here is some of that interview. If you like this show, you can help support it as well as help make it better by donating to paypal.me/Joe Tommaso. That's paypal.me/JoeTomaso. If you have any suggestions or comments, or if there's someone you'd like to see us interview, please contact us at insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. Again, that is insidetherazorwire, one word, @gmail.com. Or you can snail mail us at P.O. Box 162, West Haven, Connecticut 06516. Again, that P.O. Box is P.O. Box 162, West Haven, Connecticut 06516. And now, without further ado, here is this edition of 15 Minutes With.
Hello.
This is a prepaid collect call from
Stephen?
an inmate at SCI Green. This is a call from Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution, Green. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1. To refuse charges, press 2. If you would like to permanently block your number from receiving calls from this facility, press 6. For balance and rate quote,
If you have any concern that the person you are speaking with is in mental health crisis or suicidal, please call the State Correctional Institution immediately.
thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
How are you?
Okay. There was some stuff I wanted to tell you, and now I absolutely cannot remember. What's going on? I gotta ask you one thing, though.
Okay.
What is the possibility of me getting a recent photo of you from in there?
Oh, really good. I just got to get a picture.
Can you do that for me, please?
Absolutely.
Okay. I received the, I don't know if he told you or not. For some reason, the state of Pennsylvania is telling me that, well, this kind of fits in. The state of Pennsylvania is telling me that by them giving me your disciplinary record, it would place you in jeopardy.
I don't see how that would happen.
I have no idea either, but that is what they sent
All
me.
my tickets are transgender related.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't understand how myself.
Just
but
want all that getting out. They're trying to keep a lid on things, is what it is.
it's possible. They definitely said it would place you in harm's way, yada yada. They quoted me a bunch of laws, which I mean, I looked. Like I said, I don't know how it would fit in to putting you in harm's way, but that's what they said. Connecticut was actually helpful in the respect that they actually did, in fact, give me photos. I'm assuming the yellow jumpsuits were when you guys were leaving the facility. I got a photo of you from Connecticut. I got a photo of Josh from Connecticut. And both of them, you had yellow jumpsuits on. And I know that they did, in fact, take photos of you prior to your transfer. So I'm assuming that's when they were. Right, exactly. Anyways, that's where that goes. I want to give you a chance to address. First off, we need to. I know that you were apologetic toward what happened, etc.
Yes.
But I need you to realize that people are hearing the interviews, and the comments I'm getting is, yes, they understand what's up with you, but on the same token, Dr. Pettit, wakes up every day and his family is no longer here because of what happened. And I got to be honest, for the majority of that, they're correct. I mean,
oh yeah,
that's where that goes. What would you want to tell these people that are listening in regards to everything, that happened, in regards to where you stand now?
Call from Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution. Green. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
Okay, well, I do understand that there has been some comments about, my remorse versus, how Dr. Pettit feels. And there's nothing I want to prevent other than, I don't want it to sound like I don't sympathize, because I do. This man wakes up every single day without his family. It's something that he's going to have to live with the rest of his life. And it's a horrible thing to live with. I also have to live with that. I was party to them being taken away. And there's nothing that I can do to bring anybody back. I wish there was. I would give up my life to bring people back. It just, unfortunately, life doesn't give you do-overs. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing now, because I don't want it to happen again to anybody. And if anybody could look at my life and understand where I was at that time and how things were for me, they would realize that, this person just wasn't a monster. Just really stupid, not thinking and paying attention to drugs and everything else.
Let me ask you a question, too. There's something that was in the transcript, something that the newspapers wrote up and everything, regarding what happened with you.
Pennsylvania State Correctional Institution. Green. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
With what happened with you and Dr. Pettit's wife, what happened? What caused that to happen? What exactly caused that to happen?
All right. I had come back from the bank, and Mrs. Pettit got out of the vehicle. I also did. She went around the back. I wasn't holding a gun on her or holding her or anything, which is why the police didn't think it was actually it was fake. They thought everything was fake because we did look like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I walked into the house, it took a couple minutes to get in the house because Josh had the doors locked, and I couldn't understand why. I actually had to call him on the phone. Got that I actually had the keys in my hand.
Right.
I really wasn't thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So then Mrs. Pettit is now in the den, and I go into the living room where Josh is sitting. He's got the bat. He's got the X-Acto knife in his hand, and that's when he tells me that everybody's dead. He's like, Dr. Pettit died from his injuries. I had to kill the girls because I left my DNA with them. Now you got to kill Mrs. Pettit. And I'm looking at him, and all I have is a plastic gun. And nothing I wished more in the world than it was real, so I could have shot him.
So let me get this straight. At that point, even though the girls were still alive...
I didn't know that.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So the girls were still alive.
Right.
Josh told you that the girls were dead.
Right. They were upstairs, and he told me that. And he's like, now you got to kill Mrs. Pettit. I'm like, no, that's not what we're here for. What the, and I couldn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So then I walked into the den, and I couldn't do it. And then I kept walking back and forth, arguing with him. And I think it was like on the fifth time going back to the den that I looked out the window and I saw a police car, a unmarked cruiser. I believe it was the brown one. And I just snapped. Because all I could think about was that, here I am fighting for you and you went to the police. Why did you go to the police? At the time, that's...
Well, how did you find out that she went to the police?
When I looked out the window and saw the police cars.
Okay, so you know afterwards that she had said something, but she never said anything prior to you. So is there a possibility that somebody at the bank? I mean, I know what the records say, but in your head, was there a possibility even going through your head that maybe somebody picked up on something?
No. What happened was she couldn't get the money out of the account because Josh gave me the wrong stuff,
mm-hmm.
and she finally relented and told them what was going on.
Okay.
What really, really hurts me because this woman was doing everything she can to save her family, and she really did, and none of them deserve to die.
So now my question to you is, and I know you lost it at that point when you saw the cops. What was going through your head while this was going on, as far as you were killing this lady, dude? I mean,
I didn't even think about it. When I realized what I was doing, I stopped, and I vomited, but it was too late. And, God, I wish it never happened. I wish I had gone, what they call Monday morning quarterbacking. There's so many things that could have changed the outcome of everything, and it didn't.
After that happened, and Josh knew that Mrs. Pettit was dead, did he say anything to you?
No.
Okay, you guys just got into the car and took off.
He ran upstairs with the gas cans, and we were out of the house.
Okay, so you never went back upstairs after that either?
No, I went upstairs throughout the night, but not at that point. Not from got back to the bank until the time we walked out that door. I did not go back up the stairs.
Okay, now here's my other thing. Did this come out in your trial? Because the only thing that I see is something that says, now it's time for you to square up. Did it come out in the trial that you didn't know that they were still alive?
I think Tom brought that up. I did everything I could to keep everything out of trial. I mean, I didn't want a trial. I just wanted to plead guilty. I took away as much of the defense as I could because I wanted the death penalty. It was really weird when it came to the relationship I had between me and my attorneys, because I never lied to them,
mm-hmm.
and never said I'm innocent of anything,
mm-hmm.
and I wasn't like any of their other clients.
Well, I know that Tom Ullman was, basically, I mean, to the end, he tried to save your life. I mean, I get that. What I don't understand is what, I mean, if this came out, either way, I get the fact that, the end results are, why you got the sentence you got. I just don't understand, leading up to it, this kid actually tells you that he murdered the girls fully knowing they were alive. I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, but they died of smoke inhalation.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
and I think, I believe that Haley...
I trial all the time.
Yeah, I believe that Haley actually had somehow managed to get out of her restraints, and they found her,
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are upset with this, and they're totally, even you agree they're totally, justified in this. As you know, and just, so the listeners know as well, I did reach out to Josh, and I'm waiting for a response back from him. I'm actually hoping that he does come on, because, you're manning up, and I think he should as well.
Oh, he never will. I mean, I read his last brief, and he's still saying that he didn't do anything. I mean, his DNA is there. You can't beat that. It's there. There's no other explanation for it than other than what you did.
Well, the other thing is, too, I mean, as far as the actual crimes taking place, etc., the fact is, you guys were in the house. You got caught fleeing the house. I'm pretty sure it was the family's vehicle you guys got caught in, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it was the family's vehicle. So there's no,
no defense.
Right, exactly. I don't even know why he's doing... I mean, you've even said this as well. He should not be doing what he's doing right now. We're going to actually get cut off, too. We're at 15 minutes, so... but
puts the family through stuff that they don't need to be put through. And I thought, it's like, what if they released me? I couldn't even live out there knowing that I was responsible. I couldn't. And I don't understand if he has a conscience how he could as well. I don't know what he's fighting for, but he's putting the family through a lot of stuff that doesn't need to be done. People can't heal until it's over. And that's why I ended me.
You have 1 minute left.
All right, well, that's our 1 minute mark.
Right. All right. Thank you very much for calling me.
And
Definitely.
like I said, I'd like to pick this up again because this is a very serious thing, and I need people to understand that. I understand.
Well, what we want to do too is I want people to email us at insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. And, if you ask questions for Steve, he will answer your questions.
And I will answer them honestly.
Okay, thank you very much, Steve. I appreciate the call.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to 15 Minutes With. I hope you've enjoyed this edition. If you have enjoyed this edition of 15 Minutes With, please hit the like and the subscribe button. You can also help me keep this show going and watch it get better by donating to paypal.me/Joe Tomaso. That address again is paypal.me/JoeTomaso. 15 Minutes With is constantly looking for new content to upload and new people to interview. If you would like to share your story, or if there's someone you would like to see us interview, please email us at insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. That email address again is insidetherazorwire@gmail.com. Last but not least, again, if you like to support this channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. Until next time, we'll be seeing you